Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. We're in Scotland. Can you guess where? A little tricky. We are over near Edinburgh though. Today we'll be extending the lines heading out past Murrayfield Stadium, which I've done some work on. It's good to be back, first off. I had some issues with my ISP deciding that they'd give me notice of some downtime, but it was already 8 hours into the downtime. They was down for almost a week. Soon as it came back up though, I was busy. This is part of it. Detailing a little bit of our map. We got about, well, including today's episode, we've got 3 episodes. So 2 more after this, and then we're going to play hard mode, Squirrel's Map, I've decided. Just to take a little break from this as a series. However, I do intend to continue building mainly the road networks, possibly get some AI towns up and running, and we'll keep visiting that throughout the hard mode playthrough, just to break it up a little bit. Talking of which, while I was doing the road layouts for this area, it just got me thinking I should have done this, or a smaller area at true scale. There was so many compromises I had to make, and we'll take a look at those shortly. But as long as it feels like the central belt when we're done, that's what matters. We'll be doing trackside only. So going forward, all trackside. That's what we're doing. Yeah, we'll try and get some of the road network in where it makes sense, but it's going to be abbreviated. We've got no choice. But that doesn't mean our rail network isn't going to be enjoyable to take rides on. There is a plus side to doing something like that and not detailing every square inch of the map. That means it stays usable for longer. So yes, I'm not overly disappointed, but next time we do a recreation, it'll be true scale, 100%, and then that way the only compromises we've really got is scenery assets. And here's the area, guys. This is a little bit, if I don't know whether you would have guessed, this bridge, if I'd have looked that way a little bit, it's not 100%. They're smaller arches that go in the middle of the road. While it is possible to have the small arches, we could manually craft it. This is what I was talking about, where it makes sense to not go overboard with the detailing. Otherwise, we'll be here, won't we, until, well, forever. This is perfect timing. We saw the other train go by, I forgot to mention. Yes, the class, it's a 350, but it's supposed to be something else. But this is what I'm more interested in. Look at this, guys. We've got some Mark V coaches on here. They're not Mark V 2s, which are the ones on the actual sleeper. They're the Mark V, the first Mark Vs that were built for the Class 2, or the Intercity 250. That's the one, isn't it? Yes. The prototype train. So that's what they're from. These are lovely, aren't they? And at the rear, this looks better than the rear of the other ones. So the first thing we're going to do before we take a look at, as if you can see over there, I've been a little bit busy. We're going to change the other one. Now, the length of this, let's hit play. If this gets to, it's not going to get up there. I was going to say, if it gets up here, I will measure it. Oh, there we go. Oh, that was lovely. Oh, that was, we just missed it. The cross-country train, because it was pulling in here, gave way to the faster Transpennine Express running along the West Coast main lane there. Shall we go and see if we can't find the other sleeper? And we'll get those changed so that I can show you. Is that it? Oh, no, that's the Avanti, isn't it? Yeah, that's the Avanti West Coast. Where's the sleeper? I'm going to assume it's sleeping. What I'd like to do with this is change it over to those new carriages we've got, and we can remove that off the end then. And it's a little closer to the sleeper at least. It's these that we want, and we want them in, where are you? There we go, in sleeper. So we'll put 6 on the back of this. It does make it a little shorter. So hopefully we can adjust what's going on over at Carstairs Junction and get this just reversing so we don't have to have the strange bit of track we've got, which doesn't line up correctly. Let's go back over here. Goodness me, it's a journey, isn't it? Yeah, this bit of track here we might be able to get rid of. If you notice, it leans down. I don't know why it does that. Ah, I know why. If it's on a slope, this isn't going to work, is it? No, because it will just put it in flat, which is why that is happening. So you'd have to have a flat piece track. That's okay, though. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're going to get rid of it, I think. There is a little bit of room for us to edge this up. I have a feeling we're only, what, a few centimetres short. Or too long, I should say. If the other one is on the way down here, which it might be, we could speed it up, couldn't we? Is that it? Yes, there we go. This will be perfect. And then we'll undo what we did last time out. At least we had a look at that. And then we can remove that. And just have it flip round. I do love these. I mean, they're not really sleepers, are they? There's 0 sleeping there. But how short are we? Or long? How much have we got to take off here? Ooh, do you know? What on earth is that sound? Is that this? Is it bibbing its horn? That's bizarre. Right, can we... Oh, that's not going to help, is it? Let's get this. What does this say? 30. Let's get this as close to this junction as possible. We might be able to shove that junction down a little bit. I wish I knew how long it was. It's concertinaed, hasn't it, at the platform? Oh, this isn't going to be enough, is it? Even there. Is that going to be enough? We'd have to move the signal back as well. I'm not feeling it. I think we're just going to be a little bit short. Can we start even closer? It would be nice just to flip it. It would save a lot of headaches later on. Okay. Yes. I mean, technically, we could head up that way. But I still don't mind it going that way. Now, can we move this signal up? I'm sure we've got enough room for this. Right to the junction. Or the switch. I know it's a bit close. They're not normally that close, are they? If we put that there, will that be enough room? Well, let's see. I mean, this doesn't help. It should flip, though, and then it will tell us. Right, are you going to flip round? Okay, that's its horn. Quite literally. That's a car horn, isn't it? If that's what they sound like, I've got no idea. You're going to go that way anyway. But that's unfortunate. Maybe we can flip it once it's up there. There's no opposing signals that we need to worry about. Once it's left there, we're doing a little bit of manoeuvring, aren't we? Right, flip you now. And then we'll get to see just how much room we really need. It's a bit close to that signal. In fact, it is just... Ignore that. We might need to move that down. And it depends. If we've got a bit of room, we can move it down. Is it? Is it? Oh, I think it is, guys. Just. I mean, it's unpleasant that it's clipping that, but yeah. I think that's enough room, isn't it, for us to flip. Right. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's just enough. If need be, I'll try edging that across. It's only 15 mile an hour, isn't it? So maybe. It does just get those stairs. It doesn't actually get the signal itself. It's the little stair things. So what we could do is maybe have the other signal on there. There we go. That should prevent it clipping. Lovely. Do we have any trains coming? No. He should go and park up there and have a little bit of a rest. I have adjusted this as well. It's less up and downy around this section near the lock. Is that reservoir? But now back on to the plan of today. I finished off a bit of the work around here. There's the roof. It's close, isn't it? I don't know what I'm doing with the front of it yet. I just wanted to see if the buildings themselves fit and look okay. And yeah, that's pleasant, isn't it? And train wash, guys. We have the train wash in. Obviously, I did not handcraft those. They're not identical to the ones that exist, but they look the part, don't they? Oh, are they moving? Wait, what? How? That's magic. How is that a thing? When you get close to them, they animate. Oh, that's a bit brilliant, isn't it? Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know they moved. Have they always been moving? No, when you zoom out, they stop. It must be something to do with a LOD, perhaps? I don't know how that works. It's only at certain angles. Wow, that's brilliant. Okay, over here, I've got that wall in. This is our tram that's going to be running above this road, as well as our rail line that we've got over there. I've done a job on the walls. That's what I'll go with. This kind of looks legit though, because it's kind of patched together. It's not the best fencing work that's done down there, and this works as well. And then we'll have a few buildings up there. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I'll have to hide it. It's just transport fever and it's bizarreness. I've learned to accept it. You're going overboard if you want to get it perfect. And you'll be disappointed. I mean, I'm going to try it. You know I am. Can I? Oh, hey, there we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? There. Pretend I said nothing. That's the other bit of the road. This road heads all the way over here. We go over the top of the other line that heads this way. And it continues off this way. We're going to have trees either side. There's some industrial buildings down here that will put in something or other. And then we get to, in a roundabout fashion, I don't know whether you can notice that over there as well. We'll take a look there. But then we're back to our bridge, and that's that road. And it'll be tree lined. There we go. I've had to compromise with this. No end. This scale and this scale are not the same. This is probably closer to true scale. And this is somewhere between what scale the map is and that. So I'll accept it though, because otherwise we're going to be encroaching on these stations up here. And we won't have enough room for this run. And that's fine, isn't it? That's fine. It's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to go up and then out that way. But this would have to be further north and further up towards the west. And we're already cutting deep into this hillside that was already there. So I'd rather not take any more of that out. That looks nice though. Once this is finished, it's going to look beautiful, isn't it? There's just a few houses and stuff and streets around there. But I do like what we've done so far. It's already changed, no end. And back over this way. What I said would do last week was detail this up. In hindsight, I'd prefer to get a bit more of the track done so we can get some more services in running on this line out that way. But this is Edinburgh Castle. That's where that's going to go. I've sort of outlined where I want it. And this is the main road that's heading down. And we're very squished here. Very, very squished. I've tidied this bridge up as well. You can't see underneath all the gubbins now where we've faked it a little bit or a lot of it. You can, if you go in here, you can see all the faking that's been going on. And I've filled in the grass as well, which I'm sure you will remember If you don't, it's in these wands. Wands, I think they are. It's these here, not those, these. Yes, you just fill them in with those. I chose grass. There you go. You can just place them over, which is rather nice. We've got all sorts of goodies down here, haven't we? Ooh, what are those? It looks like some nice trackside stuff that we could maybe put in. But yes, slowly, guys, slowly, I'm terraforming to make it look closer to how it is and get some scenery in trackside. Should we extend? We're doing this bit where it branches off. We've got a couple of stations to put in. We've got to be careful with this. We're probably going to have to aim up at a slightly different angle to this, because then we've got is that a crossing? Is that where the bridge is going to be? There's a big old bridge around here, isn't there? Where is it? Is it here? It might be here. With a station the other side. Sure. I mean, it'd be cool crossing it if we can make it work. It's definitely not a tunnel though, is it? No. Shall we see if we can make it work? As you see, we've got the track coming in now, and then we've got a bunch of crossovers that we've got to fit in. Really, what we need to be doing, we curve here where there is no curve. But it has to be done, otherwise we're never going to get back on track. So we'll leave everything at 90, and again, we'll change the speeds where necessary. And we're going to head up that way. Do we need to head up at all? I didn't need to raise this up at all. Although that will make this bit difficult. Yes, leave it as is. We'll just flatten out here. And this is where we'll go straight, because we do need to go straight. I think we should possibly meet back up. Something like that. We'll start meeting up past there. I would like to get the junction in correctly. The crossover that comes in. Now, where are we going to branch? After this, there are no crossovers at all. We don't want to be too far, but we can change the angle slightly on this. We've got Edinburgh Airport over here, which I would like to put in. We're going to have to put Glasgow Airport in as well. So if this, do we need to curve? I don't think we do we? We can a little bit, because we've got to start meeting the track. Eventually, we need to be on this, especially before that. Well, does it need to be before the junction? Close to it. Right, so we're definitely going to join up down here. As long as it stays at 90, which is lovely. There, that should do. Then this can start branching off there. Let's get that bigger and see what we can do here. We're going to flatten that. It should be close to where we need it. It's going to make this slightly less difficult to deal with. I will be putting all the trackside stuff and bridges, as many as we can. We've got to go over the top eventually with our tram there. So that's going to be an interesting challenge for us. Now, that's going to be a little easier if we are straightening out there. So this station's going to have to be quite a way down here, although there's not much going on. We should get this crossover sorted though. I'm going to run with this one. I'm going to do this at the correct speeds. This one over here, this is all 25. This and this, and then it speeds up after that corner. It does for us anyway. I'm going to put this at 25 then. Then we're going to have a 40 crossing over. This is going to cross over at 40. There-ish. As long as we can get 40 mile an hour. There we go. This one is going to be 40 there. As long as we can get 40, it'll be lovely. There we go. We should have another 40 that runs pretty much parallel with it. I'm going to go with that because it will make it a little easier for us in our layout. There we go. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Should we get the signals in roughly? I'm going to use these ones and we're going to have them one way. That's going there. we've got another one up there which I already put in. And that means we'll need probably one a bit closer. We'll go there. I mean, they are doing 90. I'll probably have it a little further away. We're also running out of room, aren't we? And so this one can be there. Then we'll have another one that, well, that can be technically closer. One there, and we'll need one on this side, won't we? To protect those two crossovers. So maybe level with that one. One there. There we go. We could probably do with a few more signals down here. You need one protecting this junction up here, don't you? Just a little bit after the speed board. I'm going to go there. That should do. Can we have one in here as well? Or do we need one in there? That's the wrong place for that, isn't it? That should be down here somewhere. There. That'll do for now. That should protect that junction, these 4 signals. We'll go a little bit further. And that is where we're going to split, I think. That's as far as I'd like to go. Now, this one needs to be 75. Is it going to start dropping? Technically, it wants to be the same height as that, doesn't it? We're at 40 there. And where are we at the station? 30. So, yes, we do want to head down a little bit. Which would make sense if we're branching off and heading down just a touch. That should do, shouldn't it? We'll see what that gives us. Now, we need to be aiming for that. So we're going to be almost straight. So not quite the same as what's going on. We're going to need our station fairly soon after. Which is, it might be Edinburgh Airport. No, that one's Edinburgh Airport. This one's South something. That's purely from memory, guys. Right then this track continues. I believe it's going to speed up to 100. We don't want that going down. In fact, we probably want to start heading up at some point. Let's just give that a little bit more of a curve. If we can get 2 stations in today, I'll be super happy. Official episode, because it's good to be back. Now, I know we need to go over the top with our tram somewhere. What I also know is the tram depot's up near the airport. Or close to it, anyway. Should we have a look at the map? This is the tram crossing the track. There it is running by the side. This should be straight. But this is the section we just did. There we go. We've got the crossover going there. This is the 40 track. And then we've got another 40 track. And we've put that at 40 as well. Which it might be. I can't see any other crossovers. So we'll leave it at that. Our tram's going to run by the side of us there. These are all the industrial buildings. We'll just get something similar-ish to those in there. We may keep that in. Possibly have the little river running down here. I don't think we'll have it as an actual river. We may have to go a little bit too deep for that. We've got... is that another golf course? Goodness me, there are a lot of golf courses in Scotland. So, what are we doing here? We're going underneath with the road and we're going over the top with the tram. So, we're going to have to remember all of that. Okay, but this is where we branch. And a couple of road bridges there, which would be nice. So, we need to think about leaving ourselves enough room for that. And then we got, there we go, South Gyle. Got it, guys. And the other train station, I believe. Where are you? Where are you? There you go. Edinburgh Park. And that's got a big old shopping place down there. And then our tram continues off that way. And then we go across the top after Edinburgh Park. We've got... What's that? The City of Edinburgh bypass. Oh, we've got a big old bypass down there. But we should be close to the airport now. There we go. There's the airport up there. We've got to put that in. I guess we can do this sort of thing. Unnecessary in Transport Fever, but... Or is it? Not really. I mean, they get busy pretty quickly, don't they, airports? It would be nice to have something flying around it on the map, wouldn't it? In the air. It really adds to it. So yes, a lot of housing estates there. We can do that, can't we? Right, so South Gyle, fairly straightforward there. No way to cross on the platforms itself, but you can get there either side. And Edinburgh Park. Oh, is that our other track then? Yes. So that's Kings Knowe, Wester Hales. Do you know, it's not far off, is it? We've gone a little bit skoo-whiffy because the different scales we're running at to try and get the detail in. But I'll take it. I do want to keep that couple of tracks in, though, ideally. And we do need to keep coming down with this, don't we? Heading down. Is that going to be enough? Maybe. We're down to 33 now. We're going to have to head down a touch, are we? It looks like it heads down and then heads up again. How close do we really want to be? We do want that room, don't we, for the roads. Let's take that up a touch. I don't think we need to go quite that aggressive. In fact, I'm going to straighten this up. We're going to get our station in. This is South Gyle, I believe. There we go. Yes, which would be this station here. We haven't gone too far, and we've got this run. And in relation to that, we're getting a bit close to this junction. However, on here, there don't seem to be any stations. So we can just budge this up a little further. It looks like we've got a tunnel. So yes, that would be that lump there. We can definitely do or make a tunnel, can't we? So we just need to go a little further up and then we can put in our... There'll be this station. We're going to go up there. This one can stay flat for the moment. And if we just keep it on a gentle curve, and we'll keep it nice and straight and nice and flat just there. Let's look north. That should be enough, shouldn't it? Yeah, we're almost back on track. Look at that, guys. Right. Let's take that a little further. I can hear the crossing gate. Where on earth is the crossing gate? It's miles away. There's some loud crossing gates. They are supposed to be loud, but goodness me. Right, we'll get you in there. That was Edinburgh Park. We'll just smooth this out for now. More official episode because we've got 2 stations in, so I'm happy. What we'll need, though, are a couple of temporary crossovers. I'm not sure if there are any. Let's just get you in there. Right then. Yes, one way. Do we want any blocking? Probably doesn't matter. But we'll do this. Force their hand. There's probably ones that stretch all the way across the track. For now, I think we're just going to put them separate like this. That'll do just fine. I'll see if I can line up the track afterwards. We need a straight bit of track, ideally, and all of the same length to get the gantries working. That should be all the blocking we need right now. We have this. This is going to continue to Edinburgh Airport at... What was this one? Can anybody remember? 90, did you say? That's what I'm going with. Oh, this is definitely heading down, isn't it? Yeah. All right, we'll head down. Well, it doesn't need to head down too aggressively, I don't think. But it does need to head down a little bit. Yeah, oh, but we should be over there, which is possibly a little higher. So we're going to have to re-terraform anyway. Okay. Let's just check, shall we? See how far off the mark I am. It's 30 there. And what is it over there? 23. Yeah, we're not quite going down. I should have brought this down further. Because I went straight here, didn't I? Should we do that? I mean, we're off, aren't we? By a bajillion. We need to really start heading down from this junction. I do like this new bulldoze sound. Right, as long as we put this roughly in the same place, we should be good. Right, this does head back to 90. Fortunately, we can see where it's heading in there, can't we? Yeah, there we go. We're meeting that a bit sooner now, aren't we? So that's going there. Alright, and our station was there. I should have paused it, but I just saw it. Now, if we go flat there, because we're going to need a little bit of flat track before we put our station in. That's roughly where it was before. I will take it. How's that slope? It's not too bad. It can probably be tidied up a little bit. What we can do now, we've got that in a place I'm happy with. I'm going to delete back to there and just draw it in one go. Probably this one first. Does that look okay? That's better, isn't it? There we go. It's a little bit tidier. Yes. And then we're going to have to keep heading down, aren't we? Ah, that's better. 28. Yes, perfect. Right. Keep that going up there. Beautiful. Guys, we got it. Oh, it's a bit steep, isn't it? Well, I do have a slopey station mod, which, I mean, ideally we'd put in. What we've got to fight with at this scale is the fact that every slope is doubly steep, isn't it, for us? Every single slope. Official episode, though. All over the place today. Right. Now, how far of a run have we got? We've got to be careful because we need to fit up there as well. I guess we're going to be a little bit closer than we would be because I would really like to get the airport in. It looks like this whole flat section is the airport, right? That would make sense. I would like to not go down that steep. We're going to go and have this a little closer. Otherwise, we're going to struggle. Our flat section for the airport's going to be further over that way. Is that too close? I mean, they're not far apart, are they? And if we don't, we're going to struggle up here, aren't we? Make a decision, Grant. You're putting it in. Edinburgh Airport, there. Which means we can actually have the train run to here. There probably is a shuttle. Is it called Edinburgh Airport? Well, it's not two eyes. Air potty. Well, that tickled me. Oh, I haven't saved it, guys, in like forever. Right, surprisingly, there isn't actually a crossover at Edinburgh Airport. So there is no shuttle. I know this is ridiculously close, but could we make it a little further, perhaps? Maybe. Maybe. Could we have it pretty much next to it? Let's put it building. Does that give us a better slope between the two? I think that's a little nicer, isn't it? We could hold shift and give it a bit of M. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see how it looks. It's still a bit curvy, but it might be a little better. We've got a bit of a strange slope regardless. I haven't tried the slopey station with this station, so I don't know the effects of that, and I really don't want it to crash. Right, let's more official episode this. In fact, I'd like to give a little bit of an embankment to this if possible. There we go. And then we'll smooth it out. Beautiful. Technically, that's it now. We're heading off up that way. And we should get back on track. Isn't that lovely? Yeah, if we continue that around, it's going to be straight, isn't it? Until we curve. So I'm going to curve it off a little bit. Like that. And that's going to get us on. Yeah, look how steep that is. That's ridiculous. Is this flat? I hope so. That is steep. Let's get rid of that. What we want to do is not let you go down at all. We need to account for this little bit of a slope we've got here. Does the bridge itself kind of start back? Yeah, it would start back here, wouldn't it? Goodness me! That is super steep. Surely not. There is no way we're getting up there. Well, after all that, I think we head down there, which I don't want to do now. Because we're never getting up there otherwise. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll send it out straight there, away from where the airport's going to be. And then we'll start curving round. I mean, eventually we're going to have to head up, right? Like now, probably. Oh no, that's better. Yeah, start heading up there. We might get it. I might change it as well. So, there we go. That's not too bad. There might be a little bit of a cutting here. And we're almost there, aren't we, to the next station? Yeah, then we're heading down. So I'll look into that, unless you guys know what the grades are like over here. It's probably nothing like that. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not going to detail it or anything. We're going to leave it in there. We're going to turn round now. Originally, it was going to be South Gyle, but we're going to turn around just here for now. And get us a signal on there. Better, guys, better. We can have a signal at the end of that platform. And the end of this one now. Is this set in stone? Possibly not. Because I need to really see what's happening with the terrain around there. That'll take a little bit of doing. Okay, but otherwise, other than that, we're good. Should we get a train on? I actually feel like this track isn't electrified up here. I could be wrong, but I think that's a diesel line going that way across the, I guess across the bridge up there. So, don't place anything. What, you got the wrong one. Tools. Let's get rid of the electrics from, I think it's somewhere like that it stops. And then that's all ye standard old diesel line. There we go. What did I do there? I have no idea. Right, there we go. Diesels. Down here. That's good, isn't it? We all like a bit of diesel. Well, I do anyway. It's a little bit selfish, really. First off, it's not Edinburgh Airport. It's Edinburgh Gateway. If you search for Edinburgh Airport, you get very confused because it's only bus and tram. Now, there's a couple of trains that we could use here. Do you want to have a look at how I do this? I mean, I've shown you before, but not from scratch. Let's get onto the map screen. Hopefully you can see this okay. First off, I'll pick a weekday. Wednesdays are fine. Usually Mondays. Mondays are a bit tricky if you forget about bank holidays. But yeah, Wednesdays is probably better, isn't it? So I scroll down to the first one past 9 o'clock just to avoid all the rush hour ones because we don't have the capacity for that. So I prefer these ones, and these are the ones we've got. At the moment, I've got it on departures. We can also meet Sean Hannity's new wife. That's absolutely wonderful. But Edinburgh Gateway, Wednesday, 13th of October, 2021. And departures, these are. We want to choose one. It doesn't really matter which one. I guess if we choose one that's heading to Edinburgh, ScotRail. There we go. And what is it? Train ID, ScotRail. What is the timings? DMUE. I wonder what those are. I'm sure you guys will know. But we're just doing it from here. It's just Edinburgh Gateway. Then, oh really? You skip South Well, okay. South Gyle. Or we can find one that doesn't skip. What is this one? Do you skip? Do you all skip it? Does anybody stop at South Gyle? What's up with South Gyle? We've got another one down here. South Gyle? Yes, there we go. Wait, did I not see it? I might have not seen it. No, Edinburgh Gateway. Alright guys, the Perth train stops at South Gyle. So we've got one. That makes me happy. That's going to be our new line then. Alright guys, I made the line. There we go. We are starting at P20, which interestingly is the one we're sharing currently with the sleeper. But the first part of the platform is P20, which should be okay. Should be okay. We then reverse out and we cross over outside in between next to Edinburgh Castle there. Then we're going via Haymarket and follow it all the way around. A nice little run up here, South Gyle, and then Edinburgh Gateway or the airport. Now, the express one, which is this line, the fast one, is this the one that heads, I believe, to Glasgow Queen Street, the faster Glasgow to Edinburgh service? I would probably personally run it through here. It would make sense, wouldn't it? I'm not sure though. It would then cross there instead of being already over here, but seem to be getting in the way of a lot of trains doing that. Yeah. Don't know what this stretch would be for then. Perhaps they do use this. You could thread the needle a little bit, couldn't you? Depends how busy this line gets as well. But there we go. We'll find out, no doubt, because there will be platform assigned. Guys, we've got our new partial run to Perth. It's never going to be the full run because we end on this little bit up there. But we should put a train on, shouldn't we? And we do have a depot up here. It's hidden right down here. That one just there. Buy vehicles. I don't know what I'm putting on here. It wants to be a diesel though. Whatever we have. I mean, we do have a ScotRail 158, perhaps. Do we have the 156? I thought we had a 156. Or is that a fake 158? Oh, there, it's right there. Do we have it in the modern colour? The modern livery? No, that's the one we don't have, unfortunately. We'll put this one on for now, I think. There's a 152s as well. Should we just put one of these on? At least we've got the livery. We haven't really seen one of these for a while. Buy. And we'll put you on that one. And away she goes. There we go. We've got a 158 doing it. Been a little while since we saw one of those. And our first train running this little section, guys. Are we happy with that? I guess what we do is we jump on board this. It should turn around fairly soon. And fairly rapidly. We'll get to see a bit of the scenery, perhaps, as well, on the way back. I don't know what it's actually going to do. It's heading for Haymarket, but it might turn around. It wouldn't make much sense. I do like that it stops at Haymarket first. Guys, thank you for watching. It's great to be back recording again. The weather's looking a bit iffy, though, so I'm going to have to dance around the weather somehow. We'll be back with another couple of episodes on this map. Probably extend more of the line. I think it's going to be all about getting as close to Glasgow heading the other way as possible. And working on how we're going to do that other junction we've got coming up somewhere in the middle of the route. Which we've already got sort of semi-way there as well. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a bit of a challenge. Guys, thank you again. And until next time, take care.